Lehman, you've previously mentioned the cost of a transaction is fixed to approximately some very low fractional value of a US penny. However, is this independent of HBAR's value? And if so, how is this done? And does the SDK consider the current price of HBAR against the dollar, or is this something periodically reviewed by the council? And if so, how often?
Cool, lots of questions. So here's how it works. So the price of a transfer of tokens or of HBARs is set in US cents, hundredth of a dollar. And then what you are charged is HBARs according to an exchange rate between HBARs and the dollar. We have computers that go out to the exchanges and find out what is the current price of an HBAR in dollars. We go to several exchanges and then we combine those to get a single exchange rate. And that exchange rate is what gets put onto the network, and it's updated once an hour. So once every hour, the exchange rate between HBARs and dollars gets updated. If it's moving up and down on the market, then you get to pay a constant price. And so that is useful if you're going to build a business on this, do something real on Hedera. You want to be able to predict your costs, and so you can. Now, of course, any store can change the prices of its products, but you want it to happen because the store decided so, and they're only making these changes occasionally. You don't want it to be exposed to the risk of just the market very, very volatilely going up and down fast. And you see that a lot, especially in the crypto market. Things go up and down very fast. You don't want that to affect you. So the price in US dollars is something that the council sets. This is one of the things that the governors govern. And there is committees from the council that end up setting these prices and can change them when needed. The system seems to be working pretty well, though. I think in the last year and a half, none of the prices of any of our services have changed. All that they've ended up having to do is when we add a new service, decide what the price of the new service is. I don't think we've actually ever changed the price of old services, but they can, and they will. And if they decide that it's too high or too low, they can do that. I heard someone once ask about, well, what if there's a huge inflation in the US dollar? What if the US economy suddenly has huge inflation? Okay, in the short term, what that does is it's good news. It means that basically your prices are cheaper than they would have been otherwise. You're paying less real value for a transaction on Hedera. Yay, that's good. Now, if you got really huge inflation, then eventually it would hurt Hedera's ability to operate if the prices are really going too low. And so then they would have to adjust the prices. So if they did nothing, it just helps you. And they would do something if it started to actually endanger the network in some way. But I don't see that happening. In the last year and a half, there hasn't been any adjustments to the prices. And so anyone who is built on Hedera has this predictability and has been able to use that. And we've had a lot of people tell us they really appreciate that predictability. Let's see, you asked lots of questions. Were there any that I missed? I think maybe I got them all.
I think you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.